that you'll bring this community together stronger than it ever has, and it will accomplish more than we have as a result of this. In your name I pray, amen.
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 All right, roll call. Go ahead, Chris.
Alderman Joyce,
Here.
Alderman Hill,
Yeah, here.
Alderman Williams,
Here.
Alderman Morton,
Here.
Alderman Falconberry.
Here.
All right, let's go ahead with the approval of agenda.
Are there any changes?
No, I don't believe so.
No changes. No changes I know of except from pledge allegiance to the flag. I mean to the
Right.
to a prayer.
I'll move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Alderman Joyce,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Approval of the minutes.
I make a motion.
I'll second.
And a first and second, any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna have a citizen input. Is anybody on the phone to call in? Do y'all know of?
I don't think we have anybody else on here.
All right. Communication from me. The only thing that I've got to put out is check on your neighbors, especially elderly, which a bunch of us on the board is falling into that now. But check on people that really needs it. You know, because everybody in town is looking at us now to take care of the people here. Like I said last month, is to, when you go to the grocery store, get what you need. Don't hoard up. Let somebody else behind you that needs it. I was down there the other day. There's one pack of toilet paper, I think, left. This woman looked at me and I turned around and handed it to her. You can buy a head of cabbage better than you can a pack of toilet paper. I can use cabbage leaves. So let's do it that way. Let's take care of the people that lives
Yep.
here first. And thank God we've got a community here that sticks together, and I know people are checking on everybody. That's all I've got. You want to follow to the reports?
Nah.
I got some questions. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm on the financial reports.
Yeah.
I just looked through them and I wanted to ask a few questions. And I'm sorry.
right.
All right.
That's all right.
AECOM Technical. What's their service?
That's the engineering firm that's doing the survey and planning on their first phase for the sidewalks and streetscapes.
All right. All right. First Horizon Bank.
That's what used to be First Tennessee Bank. That's who all our loans and borrowing are through.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Hawkins Price.
That is the contractor that's doing the Crutcher Road sewer extension.
Okay. And Mark Graves.
That's me.
That was probably a reimbursement on, I think, video equipment,
Okay.
right?
It was either that or it could have been that software that I bought.
I think that's what it was, the
All
software.
right. That was just an unusual one I saw in there. And Wex Bank,
That's our fuel card,
your what? Oh, your
fuel for fuel.
fuel. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm good.
Anybody else before we got a question on the financial?
Is Mark gonna do his report? I have a question about that.
Okay, go ahead.
The only question I have is it says that the lobby and drive-through are closed. I think that the drive-through should be open.
We've got the drop box, have people just dropping off at the drop box. And that's just to keep us
Yeah.
from coming in contact with people there at the window. They can still leave their payment in the drive-through in the drop box, but to avoid contact with people, we've got the window closed.
Well, all the banks and restaurants are managing with the drive-through open.
Dottie, I don't want to take a chance on any of us giving anybody to anything. And most of the people that come through the drive-through are elderly. And I sure don't want to be the one to cough or breathe on somebody or any of us really, or pass something out the window that, could be dangerous to
I
someone.
can't argue with that. No argument there, so I'll drop that.
Any more on the reports? Can I get a motion to accept the reports?
Move to approve or accept.
I got one.
I'll
Need a
second.
Got a second by Horace Hill.
No.
More discussion on anything?
Was Brian.
Do what?
It
That's
was
okay.
Brian.
Okay, Brian, I'm sorry. I can't see Horace.
It
but I
could have
can
been
see
worse,
everybody
Chuck. It's
else.
okay.
Oh, I can see Brian. All right, so Wicks. Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes,
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Old business, ordinance 2020-3, amend ordinance 97-1, purchase. What it is, the town needs to set in a limit of purchase orders for small purchases.
Oh, I'll make a motion on that.
Second.
We have a first and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
yes,
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
So passed. Resolution 2020-12, fire equipment surplus.
Move to approve.
Second.
Got a first and second. We have any more discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
yes,
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Resolution 2020-13, set pump bid.
Is that the bump we're getting back from FEMA too, Mark?
Yes, it is. This will finalize our FEMA grant from last year. We've been renting that pump this year for the retention pond, and this will finalize that grant. We should be getting about $25,000 back from FEMA.
I'll go ahead. I'll make a
motion. I'll second it.
Got a first and second. Any more discussion?
Is this a larger pump, Mark, or is this about the same size as what we're using now?
It's about the same size. The pumps we've been using will actually pump quite a bit more water. We're limited by the size of the line that we're pumping through. So once we we're able to get a bigger line to the creek or a separate line to the creek, we'll be able to pump more with that particular pump.
With this new pump, are we going to consider putting a concrete pad down there too, or is that a whole nother discussion?
I think that we absolutely could, just to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get underwater again. I think that would probably be wise.
All right, thank you.
I agree with you, but when we gonna start what we got up there using again? Is it running now?
Yes, sir. It's been running since probably yesterday afternoon.
Okay, that's good. You gonna make a motion on that?
I move to approve or accept.
We got a first and a second. Any more discussion on it? Call the roll, Chris.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
Alderman Hill.
Yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderman Morton.
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
All righty. Resolution 2020-14, approved purchasing card policy.
This is a policy I put together with our new P cards that y'all approved, I think back in February with the U.S. Bank. This is just a purchasing card policy that everybody who gets a card signs, and includes all your standard language to protect the town for the usage of the P card.
Hey, Chris, with the new cards, are we shutting down the accounts that we have out there, like the one that I have at the store? Are we going strictly cards, or?
Not totally. Matt has requested that I leave some of the store accounts open so that his volunteers who will not be getting a card can still buy things in emergency case.
Okay.
So I'll still be leaving them open, but I've instructed everybody who has a card to use the card before using our store account.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I make your life easier.
Yes.
I'll make a motion to go ahead and pass it.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Alderman Morton.
Yes.
Alderman Williams.
Yes.
Alderman Hill.
Yes.
Alderman Joyce.
Yes.
So pass. Resolution 2020-15, monthly reports.
Move to approve.
Was Todd able to get the language taken care of so everybody's happy with it?
Well, I just prepared this based on the conversations that the board had the last couple of months, based on the information that I had, the discussions that I had. I don't know if you've got it there to look at. It's in the packet, but I'm glad to answer any questions, or if you want to make any changes to it, you can.
Are you happy with the way it's written out, Mark?
Yes, that won't be a problem for us to provide that information.
Okay.
I did have one question though, and I thought of it when we talk about, in light of last month, we had someone talking about the flooding and we had discussed someone being in charge of the ditches. Every once in a while, could we kind of hear about what they've done as far as cleaning the ditches? So if somebody calls us complaining, we can say, well, they did this past month and they'll be getting to you another time, you know.
Yes, I can give you some heads up on that. That's one of the things I was going to have one of our employees dedicated to this year. That particular employee is because this mess we're going through with the COVID-19 is not working right now. So I hope that we get things back, to somewhat normal soon, so that we can implement that program with that employee.
It's just nice to say when somebody calls, well, we're sorry we didn't get down where it flooded at your area, but we were working up here, and we'd have some information for that.
I'd also like to get together with Todd at some point and discuss rights of way on our city streets, what we can and can't do, what we should and shouldn't do. I think that would be a worthy conversation for us to have before we get into that program. I don't think it'll, prevent us from doing things. I just think we need to make sure that we're, have any permissions that we may need to cover ourselves.
I just knew you had mentioned that last month, having a designated employee, and it just makes it easy to give people some kind of an answer.
Yes, ma'am, I agree.
Can I
Mark,
The only thing I got on,
Can I say something on this?
the only thing can y'all hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
On this, the report, the 2020-15, the report, I don't have it, so I didn't get to look at it. Jackie, it must have been out of your paperwork, or you kept it.
I didn't keep nothing. I give you all I had, buddy.
The only thing I had a question about is this monthly report we're gonna get, it's gonna have the codes. Is it gonna have the codes on it?
No, it's the very, very last 2 pages.
It has codes, and I believe the community center. Yeah.
The very last.
Okay, so it's gonna have a community center, yeah,
Okay,
and it's gonna have our codes on it, correct?
correct.
Yes.
I don't
Okay.
know if now's the time to bring it up or in other business. Mark, whatever you think. I was, at one point we met trying to find a way to put some teeth into our town codes, and it just kind of fell apart. Well, Marion has had some folks who have an interest in our starting that up again. Is there anybody other than me and Marion who would like to participate in that?
Can I say something now? Can we go ahead and pass this 2020-15, then we're going to other business? Is that go?
Okay, I'm sorry.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
First, second, any more discussion on it? Call the roll.
Alderman Joyce,
Yes.
Alderman Hill,
Yes.
Alderman Williams,
Yes.
Alderman Morton,
Yes.
Alderman Falconberry.
Yes.
Mark,
Oh,
Yes, sir.
I'm talking about them flood a while ago. I talked to one of them couples and I told her what we got planned about the digging that ditch and and they was well pleased with it.
Yes, sir. I hope we can get started on that stuff sooner rather than later. Like I say, I've got an employee in mind to dedicate him to that project, and as soon as he gets back to work, we'll get that started.
But everybody understands for the last 30 days, it's rained about every week
Rain.
or something.
We ain't supposed to get no rain this week at all.
In the mud. So as if people around here don't understand that, they need to get outside and walk in their yard one time. And they don't understand why we can't dig at this time. Anything else? Any other business?
Is now the time for me to bring that up that I had brought up?
Sure, go ahead.
I was just asking if Mark and Chad and Marion and I thought it would be a good idea to enable the codes department to put some teeth into the codes. And it'll takes a little, as I understand, a little tweaking on our codes that are written. And I was just wondering if anybody else was interested in that, or could we do it?
I will be.
Who is this? Mike?
Mike.
Okay. Mark, you and Mike seem to have the most restrictive schedule. Would you select a time for us to have these meetings?
I can, and we'll do it just like this one. I think it's important that as many people participate in it as we can, because one thing I want to do is go through our current code. And I know Marion's took some time to find some other things that may work for us. But I think it's very, very important that we're all on the same page about what we have and what we could have, so that we're consistent in our message, and all on the same page. So I would just encourage everyone that can participate in it, please do, and we'll set it up at a time where maybe like 6 o'clock. Advertise it just like a public meeting, and that way we can make sure we're covered on everything. And I'll just need to make sure that Tide can be with us too.
And Chad, I think Chad needs to, something that he wants that he can enforce. I mean, I don't want to put things on that's unreasonable, so Chad really needs to have a big input into it, I think, my opinion.
I agree. He needs to tell us and Mark, what they need to make it work.
Yes, I believe that, at the end of the day, we just need to, I think we would all be in agreement that we would like, the opportunity to maybe enforce some things, and we just need to ensure that it is within Tennessee law to do what we're thinking. So I'll get with Todd and make sure that he can make it, and maybe set that up for one day next week.
Perfect.
Good with me.
I move to adjourn.
All right, we moved to adjourn. You got a second?
Second.
Any discussion on it? The only discussion I got is be safe, people. Stay off the road, because I don't like leaving the house. We're out of here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Be careful.
Just because I don't know how to leave. Leave.